It's Saturday night and we're here at Wildfire and I'm joined by...
Mark from I.C.O.N.
Scott from I.C.O.N.
Reese from I.C.O.N.
Larry from New Zealand.
Also an I.C.O.N.
Yeah, I'm an I.C.O.N. too. Yeah.
And how are you guys this evening?
Good, thank you. Thank you very much.
Very well.
Very well indeed, yeah.
A fantastic set.
Thank you very much.
I was here for the full entire thing and
Yes, we
thoroughly
saw you.
enjoyed it.
Thank you for your support.
Brilliant.
Anytime. And even our lovely Tog Linda was there as well.
Thank you very much, Linda. Thank you.
Linda.
Thank you.
You have the girly vote from Planetmosh.
Yay!
Thank you, that's cool.
That's the only
That's the
reason
one we
we
were
formed
aiming
the
for.
band.
Yeah. We want the girls to like us, man.
You do have that boy band charm going on.
Well, let's be honest, I do have a striking resemblance to John Bon Jovi, I know that.
Oh no, don't! No! Not
John Jovi.
Nah.
John Bon Jovi, I say.
Yeah, it's just that chicks dig rock music.
Yeah. Proper music. Proper music.
Unfortunately, these days I can't get into my spandex, so
I don't do
trying.
spandex either, so yeah.
yeah, I brought some Vaseline, that might help me.
So how was the set for you guys?
Really enjoyed it, thought it was great.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, it's really good. It's always good to play outdoor festivals, and especially when it's new and you've got everything to prove, and it sort of gets you fired up. And it's a good stage, good sound, a good crowd who were there, really into it, and yeah, no complaints.
It's also nice to be playing back in Scotland again.
Big time.
Yeah, Scotland's
It's
great.
over the border is awesome. Yeah, it's...
England sucks.
Well, I wasn't going to say it, but you know.
New Zealand rocks though.
Yeah, New Zealand is top of the heap.
No,
But
we have mentioned
it's a
it.
hell of a commute, you know.
We have mentioned it, but we did mention this in a previous interview we just did before, that we have been to Scotland before, and you know, and people seem to be more receptive up here to rock and hard rock and heavy metal, whereas where in England it's a bit
You get more bands than us, and it's not a dig completely, but
Yeah.
we do.
Yeah.
It's hard. We don't get to see English bands unless we go to festivals down south.
Yeah.
So to get like bands coming up, we can
Yeah.
Well,
It's something we can actually
we
see.
try our best to get everywhere we can.
Yeah.
That's the real thing behind I.C.O.N. is that we are a live band. We will go wherever we can.
Oh, yeah.
People will hear us.
But yeah, don't get us wrong. There's some awesome crowds down in England too.
oh,
I mean,
yeah,
we have
it's
some
just
really good time. But it's kind of it is interesting that you are more likely to get that kind of can't be bothered thing down south. And down south in England than you are every time we come to Scotland. Even when the crowd's really tiny, there seems to be a really cool vibe. You know, so.
The thing is, it also depends on who's there, what's playing as well. We get,
Of course.
you mean, because there's more, especially London, there's such a saturation.
It's saturated with bands.
is.
Yeah,
And there's how many different metal gigs on per night, let alone anything else. So it doesn't help.
I'm saying there's a lot of bands out there as well, all sort of vying for that same piece of stage. So when it's your turn and when you're actually on the stage, you've just got to give it everything you can. And sometimes as well, it's really hard to sort of, you know. Sorry, say that there is a lot of bands out there, and they're all sort of vying for that same sort of piece of stage and things like that. So when it's your turn, when you get a chance to get up there, you've really got to make it count. And the band, as you know, we work really, really hard on the live show and the music and how we present ourselves and everything, and I think it's important to do. And if you want to stand out and win them fans over, you've got to give them something to latch on to.
And as you've seen yourselves, you got a really bad clash. Quite a few folk did go away off kind to main stages a bit as well, but you guys still gave 100% all as dog. And that does make a difference.
Yeah, it does. You've got to do it. There's no point. Otherwise,
How many people were in front of we do it?
Yeah.
The old man and his dog, and we'll rock that place.
As long as
we'll rock that dog with hell and back.
I mean, we played a show in Dumfries last night, which probably suffered. Might have been because of wildfire, I don't know.
Yeah.
But there weren't that many people there, but it was
20.
It was a blast, though. It was an absolute blast.
And you have to do the same gig no matter who's there, and we still had a really good crowd for our set here at Wildfire.
Yeah.
And Ebony Vale was loving it because I was watching it.
We've been told off our merch team that we've sold a ton of CDs and T-shirts, so there's people there that really enjoyed it, and you have to keep going. There is a way that you're on stage and you see people but it's a festival, 2 stages on, things are, and you can't take it personally. You've just got to go and get the. I mean, I think it was about 3 or 4 songs in, and it started to click a bit more for me, and I really got into it.
And I did turn around and say, oh, well, we seem to have frightened some people away. We may be too heavy metal for them.
I know, I was howling the laughter at that point. But it is one of these, it's a clash, it's an overlap.
Yeah,
you watch
it's
so much
just
of one
one that-
band go to another one.
That's our slot time. You can't.
And you rocked it well, by the way.
Thank you very much. Yeah, thanks very much.
It's always cool to rock a slot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't just turn around and say, "Oh, there's another band that will stop now." You have to hammer it home.
That would save clashes for punters though. That'd be great. Like they're finishing it this time straight over.
Thanks very much. Here's my arsehole.
So how would you sum up the band?
Heavy metal.
Metal as fuck.
Metal.
Bastards, a barbed-wired monolith of steel.
Describe it as getting, full on slammed in the face metal with songs.
And
That's
you
the
did.
important thing.
True, I will agree with that. I will agree.
Yeah, we don't, as they say, fuck about. There you
I've
go.
had a lot of reviews, people trying to pigeonhole us, because that's the thing these days. Everybody has to have a category, everybody has to have a pigeonhole. To succeed, your album must sound like this, you must look like this. And it's not true. And when we brought our album out, a lot of people have got it. The reviews have been positive, but a couple of people who reviewed it were scratching their heads, sort of saying, well, I don't know which category to put them in. I don't know. They're a terrible thrash band. And we're like, yeah, we know. Yeah.
But you're not trying to be a friend.
No, exactly.
It's like.
I got you. So it's okay.
I mean, it's like when we're talking about the album reviews. In 3 or 4 days, I went from me personally being reviewed my vocals, went from being thoroughly unpleasant to listen to, and really, and as more the album went on, I got more irritating. 3 days later, I was deliciously evil. So now you can't. How do you work that out? Eh?
What a difference it is.
Deliciously evil.
I'll be called that as well. A mean beast, the vicious barker.
What a difference a day makes.
Vicious barker, yeah.
I mean, some people were calling us a terrible thrash band, and
Well,
the
we
day
are.
after, heavy metal is safe in these guys' hands. Yeah. So it's different. Everybody has an opinion, but we don't care about that. We just know.
Because everybody should have an opinion.
They should, of course they should. We don't care though. We just want to write
The
good
songs
songs.
don't sound the same. There are different elements in each song. So
Yeah, that's what we tried.
You cannot pigeonhole.
Yeah,
We just want to write good songs.
You're multi-genre. There we go.
Hey, there we go.
How's that for pigeonholed all over?
Multi-genre.
Members have at least 30 years each listening to heavy metal and rock, and we just take them 30 years and pile it into one fucking mix.
It's a very long album.
So what can you tell us about the Blacklist?
It's a very good album, and 50 million
You're
people
going to
should.
say that, aren't you?
Yeah, and 50 million people should go out and buy it right now.
Immediately. Yeah.
Whatever you're doing, stop, go and buy it.
No, we're really pleased with it.
Can you do a quick track-by-track guide?
Yeah, okay. The opening thing is called A Room in Hell, and it's kind of like looking out the
Pigeonhole
window
yourself here.
of
Come
a
on,
room in
pigeonhole
hell.
yourself.
It's like being in a very small pigeonhole, looking out at hell. Yeah.
Pigeonhole in hell.
It's an intro which goes into, which has got a lot of vibe and goes into feeding the negative quite nicely.
Yeah, the feeding the negative. I don't. I'm really terrible with lyrics, but I come up with titles occasionally and sort of throw them at Mark and say, "Can you make?"
Yeah, he
something like
does throw them at me.
Literally.
And I had some counselling for a family bereavement, which sort of kicked the shit out of me. And I had to go to see a therapist, and one of the terms that we used was you feed in negative thoughts. And I kind of really like that phrase, feeding the negative, which is you contribute to your own downward spiral. And I was dealing with sort of techniques to try and help me call, and I just really like the term feeding the negative. So what I did on my phone, I had like a little list, and when we were coming up with stuff, and I sort of threw that one at Mark, and he said, "Oh, I really like that."
Yeah, but I don't, if you remember.
Well, that's true, yeah. And he turned that into something, that a completely different spin. And
folks say therapy don't work. You
Yeah.
got it.
Yeah. So
And grinding wheel.
grinding wheel. I mean,
that's your title. That's all.
I like this.
it's grinding wheel. I mean, to be fair, on the album, most of the is a portrait. What is written by me, just simply because I can't write guitar riffs. And stuff like that. No, but it's a very we all contribute to every. It's a four-way thing.
Because it's a band.
A proper band.
Yeah. And what I got the idea for grinding wheel for, I saw an interview on television that Hard Talk. They were talking to it's to Tony Iommi, and they're asking him about people still think Black Sabbath are evil and Black Sabbath is satanic and all that, and they still think that is now. So what I wrote his lyrics about was about is that a case of, you know, fuck me, it's 2015, it's, you know, these people
still believe in that.
You believe in the shit, but but also, to be honest, I think in a way I'm still really happy that people are frightened of heavy metal. Fuck them.
Yeah.
It's just, I think it's a term. We're scared of rather than actual
They're frightened of heavy metal. Fuck them. I don't care.
It's become horribly mainstream.
Planet, you see.
Yeah, but yeah.
We don't want anybody to join this club.
It's become horribly mainstream. 20 years ago, if a girl walked down the street and she had like a red streak in her hair, you'd think she's into metal. That's cool. But now it's like when you were getting T-shirts of Iron Maiden in Topshop, AC/DC T-shirts in.
Oh, don't get me started. That is no.
Slayer.
And,
Seriously.
You know, it's become, unfortunately, it's become a valuable commodity.
Yes.
And unfortunately, it's been watered down to the point where a lot of British magazines, the bigger ones, are sort of dictating what's hot and what's not. And that's bullshit.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of amazing bands out there grafting.
Yeah, they're working very hard like us.
And it's not that, I mean, it costs so much money to tour and stuff and everything as well. We just don't realise what we're doing.
We do it on a knife's edge.
Yeah.
You won't believe some days we are literally coppering up to get home with fuel.
Yeah, and we've had to do it, and it's like, and otherwise it's a case of, I mean, I won't lie to you, one day I would like to do this full time and make a wage out of it. Yeah, of course, that's the whole point. But none of us are in this for mansions and it's Ferraris and
nowadays that's so hard to get. You wish you're lucky one.
I mean, you have to be realistic these days. That doesn't happen. That happens to such a small amount of bands.
Which is where all your merch sales and stuff come in, because that basically helps get you home.
But when you're on playing a live show and you're up on stage and people are enjoying it, like today, that's why you do it.
If your merch is good and your songs are good and your albums are good, people will come.
And we'll buy more and come back again.
And we're proof of that. We did. We took a chance and did the pre-order, and it all sold out.
I was loving that happens. I really do.
So,
I mean, it does like also like things like the pledge campaign. We sell it a couple a week or two and stuff. Yeah. And it actually shows that folk do want to buy albums.
Yeah. It's been selling consistently since it come out. T-shirts are flying out, and you know, but you've got to set a standard, and you've got to be honest, and that's what we try and do.
Right, back to the album.
Go on then. Sorry, we got a bit off track there, didn't we?
I'm the Venom. That's yours.
Is that mine? It's a song about the fact that we have always, you know, at one point or another in somebody's life, there's always been somebody in their life that they didn't want to be in their life, who's problematic, who's a fucking arsehole, who's an idiot, and that's basically about that. And telling them to politely go away.
Me and Mark went out for a drink and we were talking about song ideas, and I had a title, I'm the One That Wants You Dead, and I said, do you think that'll make a good song title? And Mark said, no, not really. But he said, I do like it. And when he came to sort of I'm the Venom, that line, he used it, I'm the One That Wants You Dead, towards the end, and it really kind of set the tone and the mood for that song. And it's an angry song. And
when you hear it live, it actually does make sense.
Yeah.
It really does.
Yeah.
Speak to Your God, next one. Again, one of my titles, but the God isn't really, it's not a religious song. Your God could be alcohol, could be work, it could be drugs. It's anything that you put on a pedestal. The music was a bit of a fight, really, for me, because I really thought, you know, we can make it work, but I think the riffs had to sort of be cleaned up and tidied up a bit, and it came together in the studio, did that one, really. Devil's Blacklist, is it?
That's about being on the Devil's Blacklist. It's pretty self-explanatory. It's
every one of us. It's the daily grind that everybody goes through. We're all on some sort of blacklist. We're all having to pay out everything every day. You know, everyone must feel it. You know, the world's changed in the last 20 years. We're not, 20, 30 years. We're not rocking out, going to rock clubs every Friday night and everything else. The world has changed. So, as I say, we're on the blacklist because we're all getting poked at.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, again, that were a title I had and didn't know what the hell to do with it. And
so I threw it at me.
So I threw it at Mark as well. And Larry also pointed out that I.C.O.N sort of ploughs its own furrow and works and does its own thing. So we kind of feel blacklisted with the bigger kind of things sometimes, which is what happens, you know, because we're not in that kind of arse kissy, big sort of, we just want to get there under our own steam. So it was put forward for an album title, but like Larry said, especially some of the other metal albums over the years, the title tracks tend to be these huge, epic, sweeping songs, and Devil's Blacklist is really kind of a straightforward groove. So I think either Mark or Larry said, how about the Blacklist? And then Larry and the artwork. Larry did all the artwork and it all come together.
Fantastic job as well, dear.
Thank you very much, sir.
All your artwork's fantastic.
Thank you very much.
But you know this, fangirl.
Thank you.
And what's after that?
Wrong Way Back.
Wrong Way Back, yeah. That was originally called, we have to talk about Welcome to My War, yeah? But we'll do that in a minute. Welcome to My War.
We do know the album.
Honest.
It was originally called, Wrong Way Back was originally Welcome to My War, and that got changed. The music for that's probably one that's been around, sat on the shelf the longest. Probably for a couple of years, and then when we came to write the album, it was a case of what we got, and that got sort of wheeled out, and that became Wrong Way Back. Again, Mark's lyrics about sort of taking a look at, especially if you come from a small town and people expect you to do certain things in your life, look a certain way, have a certain job, go out to certain places at night, and basically Mark was saying, fearing of becoming like that, because you get people who turn around to you and say, get a proper job or you'll never get anywhere, and it's that small town attitude that don't aspire to anything, get a job at fucking McVitie or Warburton's because you'll never get anywhere, you know what I mean?
You don't try it, how are you going to know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I think
that's what it was basically, is about people's preconceptions of what somebody should be, and you shouldn't have any preconceptions because you should be able to be whoever the fuck you want to be.
Welcome to My War as well, again, title, and Mark really sort of put some good spins on the lyrics. I mean, we walked into our rehearsal one day and by an hour later we'd written the music for it, and that never really happened to us before.
That's really good.
Yeah, we didn't have a thing, but it shows that the chemistry between the four of us now is amazing, because everybody's focused and on the same page. And it's great when things like that can happen. So like an hour or so later we had the entire song, and then worked on little bits later.
And that's awesome, isn't it?
That's it.
So what do you think of it altogether? Would you anything you'd change now?
Not really. I think it flows quite well, the album. I mean, we're sort of happy with the whole thing. That's the. Sometimes you put out an album. I've been in quite a few bands over the years, and there's a few albums I'm really proud of, and there's a few albums I'd rather never got made. But an album is a snapshot in time. It's the best you can do at that particular time. And I think the feeling in the band was really cool, and it was a piece of piss in the studio. I mean, that sounds lazy when I don't mean it that way. It fell into place. It fell into place in the rehearsal room, fell into place in the studio, and. The thing is, we got this out now. We're going to hit the road as much as we can, and then next year we're going to follow it up with another one, and we want to get that real vibe going, and get some forward movement.
Really.
Yeah,
we need to. And next year we're looking at going to Europe. We've changed our management and agents now. Took some risks, which you have to do, and it feels like the right thing to do. I mean, the last sort of 3 or 4 months have probably been more creative and active than the last couple of years. That's not taking anything away from previous people that have helped sort of steer the band, because we wouldn't be here today without them, but we needed to up the game.
Yeah.
And by doing that, Larry came on board full time. He lives at the other end of the country, but we made it work.
Yeah.
We dropped everything and started again as far as our sort of creative team and all that lot, and that's paid off so far, and hopefully we can really make it work.
I hope you do as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
How's that for a fangirl bit?
There we go. Yeah.
There you go. Thank you very much.
That's what we like to hear.
So what, you got gigs lined up?
Full UK tour, really.
Yeah.
What dates have you got booked?
We got
This is a trick question because nobody ever remembers all the dates.
I never remember them. I just turn up, scream.
We've got a bunch in. We got a couple in July, I think.
There's one in July. The thing is, it's kind of a bit sort of.
Over summer it gets scattered.
Over summer it gets a little, because of the festivals and things like that. So
you've got to be realistic.
It sort of fits and starts. So in July we're in Nottingham. In August, I think there's 3. We're in Mansfield, then Leeds. and then there's another one in Hull as well.
He's not looking at the tour dates on his phone.
No, he's not, is he? by the time we get to September, that's when the real sort of back-to-back shows kick in.
September.
Yeah.
We know of the tour dates.
Including Glasgow and Edinburgh as well.
Oh, yeah. Hey, we're playing Glasgow on 9/11. We're going to bring the town down.
But the thing is,
Yes,
it's a nice run of dates because we go from Edinburgh and Glasgow down to Plymouth.
Nice big long
That's a
run.
pretty long stretch, is that?
That is.
We need to get out there and need to be to get in front of people.
And September's the more sort of cohesive back-to-back shows, and really, I mean, we got to the first date, if you like, of the tour was last week in London. We'd had a little gap while we got finalised with the album, and then the album came out on the 15th, and the first date was the 18th. So we kind of bunched everything together and sort of said we're on the Blacklist tour now. So we changed the set list up, which you know.
So we are now blacklisted.
We are now blacklisted. We are blacklisted.
Yes, blacklisted. Literally,
Again,
that's
you can have some fun with it. The tour's called Blacklisted, you know, and that's the thing. So yeah, and September, October, and then next year more dates, Europe, and then we're going to follow it up with another album and
another tour and another
tour.
the onward march to domination has
And more
begun.
festival dates as well next
as
year.
many as we can. Yeah. Oh,
If
yeah.
people want us.
And some New Zealand ones maybe.
That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Yeah.
Wherever we can get in there and show our ugly faces,
We'll be there.
They'll either want us back or they won't. But
I want you back here, so
Hey.
Thank you very much.
I'll tell Dave later on.
Tell everybody.
This is going no.
Tell your friend.
Not you want him no. Love you really, Dave. And you got any
I
final?
didn't think we were terrible, did you?
No. No, if I ask, you'll just say no. Have you got any final message for the listeners?
I just want to personally say thank you very much to everybody at Planetmosh for the support as well over the years. They've been really good to us and they've really helped spread the word, and really grateful that people are into the band and into the music, and we're just going to keep on rocking.
Hope we see you on the road.
Yes, we'll see you on the road or in the middle of the road, depending on where we are.
We are a very middle of the road band.
Yes, we are. Yes.
Yeah, we thought everybody was saying more, but they were saying MOR.
Yes, there you go.
Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much.